Any brand, everywhere. Amongst all watches, Titan is the winner of the Red Dot Design Award, which is equivalent to the Oscar Award in the film world and holds the record of the slimmest watch in the world. Titan is the fifth largest watchmaker in the world, sold in 32 countries and has over 1,000 varieties catering to more than 135 million customers worldwide. Why don't you be one of them? Titan is now in Bhutan with Kushu Enterprise, the sole distributor. Visit us at Kelwang Building near Clock Tower in Thimphu. We have genuine Titan watches for all, from school-going children to office-goers to armed force personnel to sportsmen with contemporary to classic designs. You can get your choice of watch at Titan. Get your Titan from Tashi Commercial Corporation in Penciling, Gelifu, Samdup Jongkhar, Paro and Thimphu, Bhutan Distributor in Penciling, Choden Songkang in Mongar, Seringdoji General Store in Tashigang, and Royal Bhutan Army Canteen in Thimphu. A Titan watch is not only a timepiece, but also a piece of jewelry with a sentimental value. Get a jewel for yourself and for your loved ones at MRP ranging from 450 to 25,000 Nultrum. When you choose Titan, you are choosing a lifetime companion you can depend on every day and every season.
Kuzizongpola and welcome to another fun episode of Do You Know Your Child? I'm your host, Choni. Setting limits helps your child develop a sense of self-control. Encouraging independence helps her develop a sense of self-direction to be successful in life. She's going to need both. It's normal for children to push for autonomy. Many parents mistakenly equate this child independence with rebelliousness or disobedience. Children push for independence because it is part of human nature to want to feel in control rather than to feel controlled by someone. Let's get an update from our last week's participants and see how they're doing.
Last week I committed that I'm not going to let him watch more TV and stress more on reading. And he has finished reading all the books that he got from the BBS.
Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time, in a faraway forest, there lived a poor woodcutter.
Before his death, he wanted to divide his property among them.
If you enforce them intermediately, your child's behavior is your fault, not his. Your most important disciplinary tool is consistency. Identify your non-negotiables, though. The more your authority is based on wisdom and not on power, the less your child will challenge it. Let's see which family we have today. Kuzuzongpola and welcome to Do You Know Your Child? My first question is, do you know your child?
Yeah, that's an interesting and also a rather difficult question to answer. But briefly, I think I can say that, yes, I know my child.
Okay. So tell me a little something about your family, La.
My family is a very small family. We have 2 boys,
Okay.
and my wife and myself.
I see.
And
Is there any help at home?
no,
No, okay.
Yeah.
How old are your boys, La?
16 and 12.
So you have children you really don't need to look after then? Do you believe that? Especially when they're in their teens.
That's the time I think they need, managing them and looking after them the most.
Okay,
The way
yeah.
I have experienced and seen.
Yeah. What are some prominent issues that keep popping up?
I have seen this difference in my elder son when he graduated from being a child to a teenager. They stopped coming to the parents.
Yes.
They stopped getting touchy and all that.
Yeah.
They start liking to be independent. They become more assertive,
Yeah.
and they look after their friends more than after their parents in terms
Yeah.
of keeping company, in terms of who they refer to.
Yeah.
Suddenly they start relating themselves more with their friends and mates
Yeah.
than with their parents.
Yeah.
And that's a change I've seen.
Okay. And how do you interpret that change? Do you think that's a good change?
One difficulty that I faced was the emotional difficulty, because when my son was young,
Yeah.
was still a child,
Yeah.
I used to lift him up from the bed in the morning.
Yeah.
He used to piggyback on me in the morning, and I used to carry him to the living room from his bedroom.
Yeah.
And one fine day, or not so fine day, when I can no longer do that,
Yeah.
then I'm emotionally,
Yeah.
in the beginning I was even hurt.
Oh, okay.
How come he doesn't now anymore want to come to me? He
Yeah.
doesn't want me to touch him.
Yeah.
So that's the emotional side of it.
I know it's a teen problem, and they all have the same answers, like you're embarrassing me in front of my friends and all that. But have you tried to reason it out with your son and maybe?
Yeah, I've tried a bit, but I have also, discussed this with my office colleagues. And one of my colleagues gave me a very good advice.
Yeah.
Instead of hugging him, probably you should give him a firm handshake.
Completely agree with that advice your friend gave you, that a handshake, that's when people started looking at them as someone independent and individual, someone who can be considered responsible. I think that's a good advice, and I'm hoping our viewers out here are also going to take that advice, because teen times are really tough for the teens and the parents too. So good advice there. Thank you very much. Coming back to the quiz now, the actual quiz. Let me explain to you the rules before we jump into the questions. I have 10 questions with me. I'm going to ask these 10 questions to you first. Then I'll ask these questions to your son later. We'll tally the answers, and whatever the score, we wouldn't care much about it, but it'll just be a fun game for you.
Right.
So are you ready, La?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Question number 1. What does your son like to eat for breakfast?
Bread with butter and jam.
Okay, all right. Number 2. What is your son's roll number in class?
I can guess two numbers. I think it is 7 or 13. I'm not sure.
All right, I'll take both the numbers. Question number 3. What TV channel does he dislike the most?
The news channels,
What is your son's favorite sports?
football.
Football. Okay, he
Yeah.
enjoys playing football. Number 5. What time does he leave for school in mornings?
Little before 8 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
7:45.
Number 6. What time does he wake up?
6:45 to be precise.
Okay, all right. Next question. What does he like to do on weekends? Like hobbies. Let's talk about his hobbies here.
Play football and play video games.
Oh, okay. Next question. What is his favorite fruit?
Banana.
Question number 9. Do you think your son would know when the fourth king was born?
I think he would know that.
All right. Question number 10. Do you think your son would know when the fourth king was crowned as the fourth king?
Probably he would not know.
Okay, all right. We'll find out. And with this, you've answered all the 10 questions. Now it's time to check with your son. Welcome to Do You Know Your Child. Before we start, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Pravash Nirala. I am 12 years old. I am in class 7 in Brook School.
So, Prabhash, I've asked your dad 10 questions about you.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 1 for you, Prabhash. What is your favorite breakfast?
My favorite breakfast is bread with butter and jam.
Oh, okay. Number 2. What is your roll number in class?
3.
Number 3. What TV channel do you dislike the most?
NDTV.
NDTV, why?
Because they always quarrel.
Okay, let's go to the next question. What's your favorite games or sports?
Football.
Football. Are you good at it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Who's your favorite football player?
Messi.
Messi, okay. Number 5. What time do you leave for school in the morning?
7:45.
Okay. Number 6. What time do you wake up in the morning?
7.
7, okay. Question number 7. What do you like to do on weekends?
Play football. Play
Anything?
video game.
Okay. Anything else?
Help my mother
Okay, that's very sweet. What do you help your mom in?
in the kitchen.
Okay, all right. That's very nice. Very good. Question number 8. What is your favorite fruit?
Banana.
Oh, okay. This is your second last question, okay? Do you know when the fourth king was born?
11th November.
Question number 10, your last question, okay? When was the fourth king crowned as the fourth king of Bhutan?
2nd June.
2nd June. Okay, great. You've answered all the 10 questions. And yes, the last two answers are correct that you gave me. He was born in the Shincholing Palace, okay? Just an extra information in Thimphu. Have you been to the Shincholing?
Yes.
Yes, he was born there on November 11th, and he was crowned as the fourth king of Bhutan on 2nd June, okay? All right. Well, now let's take a look at your upper score. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What does your son like to eat for breakfast?
Bread with butter and jam.
Bread with butter and jam.
What is your son's roll number in class?
7 or 13.
3.
What TV channel does he dislike the most?
The news channel.
NDTV.
What is your son's favorite sports?
Football.
Football.
What time does he leave for school in mornings?
7:45.
7:45.
What time does he wake up?
6:45.
7.
What does he like to do on weekends?
Play football.
Play football.
What is his favorite fruit?
Banana.
Banana.
Do you think your son would know when the fourth king was born?
I think you would know that.
11th November.
Do you think your son would know when the fourth king was crowned as the fourth king?
He would not know.
2nd June.
Okay, I have the score with me now, and let's take a look at the questions that your upper wasn't able to answer correctly. First one was roll number, and he said either 7 or 13. So no score there. And what time do you wake up? Normally I would give a point, but upper said you would wake up a little before 7. And if you had just left it there, I would have given this pointer to him because you said 7 sharp, right? But he mentioned 6:45 to be precise. So he said before 7 and to be precise 6:45, okay? He knows when you're up, so that's still good. But because we're going to be very particular, and if not, your dad would score 10 out of 10. So we decided we'd be a little mean and take the scores out like that. And the last question, your dad didn't think you would know the answer to the fourth king's coronation day, and you surprised him, and you knew the answer. So your dad's score is 7 out of 10. And it's a great score. What do you think? Are you happy?
Yes.
Yes? Is that a happy face? Yes, okay, that's a happy face. Good. So that is 7 out of 10. Are you happy with your score?
Oh, I'm very happy.
Yeah, because I mean,
My only regret is the roll number.
Roll
I should have known, because I have hardly missed any parent-teachers meetings,
yeah.
and then they made you sign.
Yeah. Oh, right next to
They
the...
make
yeah.
you sign, and I know his name is right on the top.
Oh,
I should have known that.
it's okay, but
But
some things...
I actually had not, ingrained it as number 3.
Yeah.
I will now.
Well, I'm glad you're taking that from this show because we normally have a lot of things to give to the child, but not a lot to the parents. And I think we really hope that parents take the experience and the little information that we give here. Out of so many things you could know about your child, we helped you learn your child's roll number, so I'm glad we were able to do that. Now that we're done with the score, we're going to go to our next segment. But before that, your son told me earlier that he has a question for you. Because these questions are all about you to him, right? Now, your son has a question for you. So, Prabhash, go ahead and ask your dad.
What did you do for my first birthday?
Oh.
What did I do for your first birthday?
Good question.
It's a very good question. I still remember, we bought a small cake, and you were too young and too small to actually be part of the celebration.
Yeah.
But your mom and I actually we celebrated, and your elder brother was already 5 years old by then. So we had a quiet, family celebration and dinner.
Are you happy with the answer?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good. That's a good question, though, because I would want to know what my parents... I know nothing. I'm sure nothing, because back then birthdays weren't big. But is that how you would have wanted your first birthday to be
Yes.
celebrated? Okay, great. All right, let's go to our next segment, which is the commitment. Let's start with you. What do you think, as just one resolution for you, what do you think you could change as a father, a resolution as a father that you'd want to take from the show?
It's a good time, it's a good opportunity to actually reflect on my, role as a parent, as a father so far. I'm a very, very hands-on parent, and I have been a, very close parent, helping my wife bring up my two sons. One thing, if I could change, would be my temperament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I am too, hands-on
Yeah.
and too involved, sometimes I tend to be a bit, temperamental, and that's not good.
Yeah.
I need to be a little cool and understanding
Yeah.
when I interact and when I, counsel my children, when I
Agreed.
talk to my sons about what is right and what is wrong.
Yeah.
But more often than not, I tend to lose my cool,
Yeah.
and that's not good.
Yeah.
I regret many times that I do that way.
Yeah.
So that is one thing I would desperately like to change, actually.
Great, and I hope you get a lot of energy to have the patience that you need, because you need that. And being a teacher, I do understand the times you run out of energy to be patient. And you have two sons, and I'm not trying to say that bringing up sons are difficult. I mean, it's equal. They're children. They're very active. They have all the energy in the world. So whether it's girls or boys, they're really difficult to handle sometimes. But it will pay off in the long run to have the patience that they demand, right? You guys demand a lot from us, man. But anyways, Prabhash, now that we're done with your Alpa's commitment, I have in here 3 commitments, okay? Your dad says, please improve your reading habits. Do you like reading?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, you know what? Do you read library, like, storybooks?
Yes.
Okay, good. So your dad wants to improve on that, okay? Because video games have negative effects, right? Right? But books don't. Okay?
Okay.
So your dad wants to work on reading more and more books, not just the textbooks, of course the textbooks too, because you have to go to class 8, right? So work on the textbooks, but set aside a time for your library, your fun storybooks. Maybe you could read about Messi. You could read about football, right?
Yes.
But definitely read, okay?
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Great. All right, let's go to our next segment, which is With Love. So we'll have Father read his letter to you first.
Dear Buku, at the outset, I thank the Bhutan Broadcasting Service for the opportunity to write and read this letter to you. I want you to know that your mom, brother, and I love you very much. Indeed, all of us are very proud of you. I know we are not perfect parents, but we have done our best to help you make your way through these difficult growing up years and prepare you for the future. I also want you to know the intense joy your mom and I felt when you came into this world. And today, I thank God for sending you to us, complete with a beautiful dimple on your cheek. I take this opportunity to share a few lessons I want you to think about and hopefully remember for the rest of your lives. First one, education. Education doesn't mean just getting good grades in school. Education is about having the right knowledge and skills so that you become a useful member of our society. Never allow a bad teacher or a bad day in school to come between you and your pursuit for good education. Next, values. Your mom and I have always tried to teach you the difference between what is wrong and what is right. Whether it is whistling inside the house or sitting properly in a gathering, we have tried to show you what is right and what is not. Never lose touch with your values, for they define who you are. Next, hard work. As they say, there is no such thing as a free lunch in life. There is always someone who pays for you for what you might consider as free. Work hard and you will be rewarded. No matter what you hear later in life, I promise there is no easy path to riches, and there is no substitute for hard work. Responsibility. You have heard your mom and I say this a million times. You need to be more responsible. If you are involved in an activity or project, act responsible and be a leader. If you make a mess, clean it up. If you say you will do something, do it. Friendship. Be true to yourself and your friends. Hang out with people who share your values. If your friends get in wrong habits or go down a wrong path, stand your ground and do not follow. Religion. Do not criticize any religion and be tolerant of other people's faiths. Believe in Kismat, destiny, and karma. If lighting a butter lamp or visiting a lahang or a temple gives you peace, do so. Love. You will meet lots and lots of girls in your life. Treat them all with dignity and respect. When it comes to selecting a girl to be your life partner, care more about her inner beauty than her outward appearance. With your dimpled good looks, I think you deserve the best, both inwardly and outwardly. I will stop these 7 lessons. But, Buku, remember, your mom and I want one more important thing for you. We want you to be happy. Really, truly happy. You know what? You can't be truly happy unless you have joy. Do you know where joy comes from? Joy will come if you practice the above mentioned lessons in your life. Keep this letter with you always, so that long after I am gone, it will remind you that you had parents who loved you much. With all our love, Mom and Dad.
This is great. It's your turn now.
Dear parents, today in this beautiful evening, I would like to thank my dad sitting next to me and my mom at home. I always thank my elder brother for being a good friend. Thank you, Dad and Mom, for taking care of me and for your love. Every day, my dad helps and guides me so that when I grow up, I'll become a good person. Every day, my mom makes the most delicious food so that I grow up healthy. Dear parents, you are always worried about me. You always look for ways to make me happy. Every weekend, you take me to a pizzeria or a bakery so I enjoy my favorite food. Your hugs and kisses that I get every day will stay with me forever. I wonder what would happen to me if the two of you were not there. We all laugh together and enjoy together. When the two of you get old, I will take care of you the same way that you take care of me now. Thank you for the values you have given me, the care you have given me, and the wonderful life I am having today. Thank you and love you both.
Okay, so it runs in the family to write beautiful, really, really love-filled and wisdom-filled, of course, letters. All right, let's go to our last part. All right, Okay. I have a couple of books in here, and it helps your commitment to read more. That's your commitment, by the way. I hope you know that. Okay, so you said you're going to read, right?
Yes.
Here is a book that I want you to take special interest in, okay? This has been written by a guy named Sangeet Tenzin, and it's autographed for you. And this is about the fourth king and the beautiful and the great many things he did for our country. I hope this book teaches you a lot about the fourth king, and I hope it also encourages you to read further, okay? Other books. And the other book that I want to talk to you about is The Egg in the Orchard, and it's by Louise Doji. I hope you enjoy reading these books, and I have the very popular Titan watch for you. With this, we've come to the end of the show, but before we wind up, I want to thank you, Prabhash, for bringing your dad here and just being a part of the show. Establish and set rules. If you don't manage your child's behavior when he's young, he will have a hard time learning how to manage himself when he's older and you aren't around. Any time of the day or night, you should always be able to answer these 3 questions. Where is my child? Who is my child with? What is my child doing? The rules your child has learned from you are going to shape the rules he applies to himself in future. We have come to the end of another episode. We'll catch up with you next week, same time and place. Till then, if you have any suggestions or feedback, email us at parenting@bbs.bt or write to us on our Facebook page. Until next time, bye-bye.
Any brand, everywhere. Amongst all watches, Titan is the winner of the Red Dot Design Award, which is equivalent to the Oscar Award in the film world and holds the record of the slimmest watch in the world. Titan is the 5th largest watchmaker in the world, sold in 32 countries and has over 1,000 varieties, catering to more than 135 million customers worldwide. Why don't you be one of them? Titan is now in Bhutan with Kushu Enterprise, the sole distributor. Visit us at Kelwang Building near Clock Tower in Thimphu. We have genuine Titan watches for all, from school-going children to office-goers to armed force personnel to sportsmen, with contemporary to classic designs. You can get your choice of watch at Titan. Get your Titan from Tashi Commercial Corporation in Penciling, Gelifu, Samdup Jongkhar, Paro and Thimphu, Bhutan Distributor in Penciling, Choden Songkang in Mongar, Seringdoji General Store in Tashigang, and Royal Bhutan Army Canteen in Thimphu. A Titan watch is not only a timepiece, but also a piece of jewelry with a sentimental value. Get a jewel for yourself and for your loved ones at MRP ranging from 450 to 25,000 Nultrum. When you choose Titan, you are choosing a lifetime companion you can depend on every day and every season.